to see these functions. So first we are going to discuss about this dative. Okay. So in the Excel, we have a one function which is known as a dative. If you see this keyword which says the dative, there are two keywords. One is the date and second is the diff. Diff is basically the difference. So it means this function is going to give you the difference between two dates. Okay, difference between two dates. So this function will give you the difference between two dates in the terms of year, month, and day. Okay, so if you want to capture the difference of the year, then the syntax will be dated initial date, comma last date, comma in double quotes y. For the month, we have to use the ym. For the day, we have to use the md. So here, if you will write this y, it will tell you the difference of the year. If you will type this ym, it will tell you the difference of the month. But what is the mean by this ym? The mean of this ym is if the difference of the month will be more than the 12, then the 12 months will be shifted to a year and remaining months it will show this to you. For example, the difference is coming as a 15. Okay, then the from the 15, the 12 is going to be shifted to a year and remaining 3 months will reflect to you if you will use this ym. And same for the MD, if your number of days are greater than 30 or the 31st as per the calendar, so those 30 or 31st will move to a month and remaining number of days you will be able to see that. So for an example, I have given you this data where you have the name and date of joining, and now you have to capture the year difference. Okay, so I will write the dated if. So once you write the date, so you can see the dated if is not showing over here. Okay, so that is the one of the backside hidden functions. So you have to write it completely dated if, and once you open this bracket, you will see the function is reflecting now. So it says the firstly initial date. So initial date is my date of joining, comma last date. So if I just want to calculate the difference from the today's date, so if you guys remember yesterday I have told you one function which is a today function in the last session, right? So I can use the today, and for the year I can use the y. If I press the enter, so you can see it is giving you the difference in the year is a 9 year. If I drag this, it is giving you this year difference. Same for the month, I will use the dated if. Initial date is date of joining, last date is today's date, and here we'll use the ym. If you press the enter, so it is giving you the month over here. And similarly, for the day, I can use the dated if, initial date, last date is today, and I can use the MD. So you can see it is giving you this output now. Okay, so it is giving you this tenure 9 years, 5 months, and 14 days. Okay, so this is the tenure it is giving to you. Now, if I say in this output, if you just want to combine all the things together and you want to reflect like this, for example, 9 years, 5 months, and 14 days, like this, in this way, suppose I am just looking for the output. So just see this 9, it it will come from the dated. This 5, it will come from the dated. This 14, it will come from the dated, right? So this 9, 5, and 14 will come from the dated, and rest of the things are the manually which we can write into the double quotes. So if you want to combine the result of the dated and some manual text, then which function you will use? How we can do this? If we have to combine the things together, then which function we use? Anyone?
Concatenate.
Correct. Concatenate. Absolutely. So use the concatenate. Now, so what is your first text? Your first text is this one, 9. So 9 is coming from which function? Dated, right? You can take the reference of that, or directly you can use the dated if also. Okay. So this one, comma. What is your second text? Is space and years. So in space, years. Your third text is 5. So 5 will come from here, comma. After that, you have to write the months and, comma. Then 14. It will come from here, and comma, then space, and you have to write the days. That's it. So if you see, it is giving you the same output, and if you drag it, you can see. So it is calculating the tenure. Okay. Now, if I say I need the total months, I do not want to convert into the years from the date of joining to till today. I want to calculate the total number of months that it has calculated 100 months, 200 months, the total number of months. So what you will do, you will use the dated function, the same, okay? But instead of the ym, only write the m. So it will not convert into year. If you enter, so look, it is giving you that from the 10/17/2014 to till today, 113 months has been covered. If I scroll it down, you can see. Same, the total number of days, also you can get it, that this is date of joining, then today's date, and only write the day. That's it. So it will give you the total number of days. You can see. Okay, so this dated if function you can use where you want to calculate the difference between the two dates. Okay, like the age calculations, aging calculations. Okay, so in for those purpose or the tenure calculations, so you can utilize this function. Okay, now so just try this function, everyone, for this year, month, and day. Just try this. I'm mentioning the function in the bottom itself. This is for the year, then this is for the month, and this is for the day. Just calculate, just try this, and do let me know once this is done. And also just try this also. Just try this.
अनु अनु
Yes, yes, tell me.
वो डेटेड इफ का वो टैब में नहीं दिख रहा मेरे।
हाँ, सो नहीं दिखेगा आपको, completely dated if लिखना पड़ेगा.
ओके।
And once you will open this bracket, it will highlight.
ओके। ईयर कैसे सिलेक्ट करना है वो डेटेड इफ वाई जो हम लोग करते से।
This one,
हाँ।
in double quotes, you have to write the Y.
ओनली वाई।
Yeah.
ओके। बस ईयर 1 डे डे ही करना था क्या?
हाँ, only ये
ओके।
आपको कंप्लीट करना था, राइट? डन.
यस।
Okay. Now, this is one of the most important thing we are going to discuss on this. Okay. So this is related to the real scenario and interview questions. Okay. So this is one of the most important concept, which is basically the if function. Okay. So how the if function actually works, let me show you. So if I talk about this if function, so this is basically a logical function. Okay, so the mean of the logical function is that it works on the basis of your given condition. And if your condition will match, then what you want to reflect? And if your condition doesn't match, then what do you want to reflect? Okay, so the syntax of the if is if logical test, value if true, value if false, right? So this is basically the syntax. And the important role of this parameter is logical test. And this logical test is nothing but your condition. Okay, and this logical test result either will be the true or will be the false. Okay, this one either it will be true or it will be false. So it says if your logical test, it means your condition is matching, so it will give you the true, and if your condition is not matching, it will give you the false. So on the basis of the true and false, you can place the value in the value of true and value of false. That if your condition is matching, what you want to perform, you can write in place of value of true. If your condition is not matching, what you want to perform, you can write in place of value of false. Okay. So I have given you this data set from column A to column E, and in column E, you have these amount. Now in this column F, I want to calculate the final amount on the basis of this given condition. So the condition is that if any amount of the E column is greater or equals to 25,000, then I want to give the 10% discount on that. But if any amount in E column is less than 25,000, then I do not want to give any discount. I will capture the same amount in F column. So here I will use the if, and it says logical test. So what is my condition? My condition is to check the value in E column is greater or equals to 25,000 or not. It says value if true. Value if true means if the E2 value is greater than 25,000, then what we have to do? 10% discount, right? So amount minus 10% of amount. This is the way to give the discount. Okay, comma. Second, it says the value if false. Value if false means the amount which is written on the E2 cell is not greater than 25,000. So in that case, I do not need to give any discount. I will capture the same amount. So now if I press the enter, so you can see it is not giving any discount because the E2 cell value is not greater than 25,000. If you drag this formula to the downside, so you can see it is giving the discount only on those records where the amount is greater or equals to 25,000. For the rest of the amount, it is not giving any discount because those amounts are less than the 25,000. Okay. Now, if I say I want to print discount and no discount in G column, where you have given the discount should be printed as a discount. Where you have not given the discount should be printed as a no discount. So what we can do is, if the E2 cell amount is greater or equals to 25,000, then I need to print as a discount, otherwise no discount. If I press the enter and make this down fill, so you can see it is printing the discount on those places where the amount is greater or equals to 25,000, and if the amount is less than 25,000, it will print as a no discount. Okay, so this is basically the concept of this if function. Is it clear, everyone?
Can you please explain it again? वो डिस्काउंट वाला ट्रू और फॉल्स वाला.
This
Hello?
G column.
Yeah, no, F column. F column.
So here, what I did, simply I'm just checking that here, the amount which is written on this E2 cell, if that amount is greater or equals to 25,000, then I need to give the 10% discount. So discount you give in this way, na? Amount minus the 10% of the amount. That will be your final amount, correct? And if the E2 is less than 25,000, then I do not need to give the discount. I want to capture the same value. Clear?
Yes.
Now, so here I have given you the one condition on which you have performed this. But what will happen if you have the multiple conditions? So here, the same data set I have given you, but I have given you this multiple conditions. Okay. Like I said, I want to give the 10% discount, but on the basis of these any condition gets matched. So I said if any person is required the 10% discount or want to avail the 10% discount, then the customer has the two choices. Either customer purchase any of the product greater or equals to 25,000, or person can also purchase the gold product. So if you want to get the discount on any of other product apart from the gold, then the amount should be greater or equals to 25,000. But if you purchase the gold, then amount will not vary. Okay. It means if you purchase the gold with 100 rupees, you will get the discount. But apart from the gold, if you buy any other product, then amount should be greater or equals to 25,000 to avail the 10% discount. Re- Requirement is clear, everyone? So it means if from these two conditions, if any single condition will match, then you have to give the 10% discount. Okay. So in this case, we are going to use the nested if function. Okay. Nested if, not like you are typing the nested if. No, the mean of the nested if is the combination of the multiple if function is known as a nested if function. Okay. So how you will use this? So I said if the first condition I'm just giving, suppose if I say if this amount is greater or equals to 25,000. If yes, then I just need to give the 10% discount. It says value if false. Value if false means if amount is not greater than 25,000, then what you will do? Then you have to check that person has purchased the gold or not. Second condition. So I will put the if again and I will check this product is gold or not. If this product is gold, then I just need to give the 10% discount. If this condition also not matching, person has not purchased the gold and person has not uh, spent the amount greater or equals to 25,000, then I will not give any discount. I will capture the same amount. So now, if I'll just press the enter, so can anyone tell that what will be the output? It will give the discount or it will not give the discount?
So give the discount.
It will give the discount. Why?
Sir, product is gold.
Product is gold. Correct. So if you see, it is giving the 10% discount. Okay. So it means if any of from these two, if any single condition will match, it will give the 10% discount. So if I drag the formula, you can see the output. Here, it will not give the discount on those places where any of these condition is not matching, like in the line number 7 and line number 8. Neither the product is gold nor the amount is greater or equals to 25,000, right? So that's why it is not giving any kind of a discount over here.
Sir, can you
Okay.
repeat that?
So here I am just checking the first condition over here, that if this amount is greater or equals to 25,000, then give the 10% discount. And if my first condition gets fail, then check my second condition. So for the second condition, I have again used this if condition and I check if the product is gold. If the product is gold, then give the 10% discount. And if the product is also not matching, amount is also not matching, then do not give any discount, capture the same amount which is written on this E5 cell. Understood?
Got it. Can we try this, sir?
Yeah, sure. Just try this. This is the formula. Yeah.
Mr. Anup, instead of that formula, can we try the formula what I'm pasting in the chat box?
Yeah, we can also use, I will just come on that point here,
Okay,
the OR function.
fine. Thank you.
Okay, now, so this similar thing also we can use with the OR condition. Okay, so whenever on the basis of the multiple conditions, if you have a same desired output, like in this case, I said either my amount condition gets matched or product condition get matched, I need to give the 10% discount. So if on the basis of the multiple condition, if you have a same desired output, then you can use the OR function also. Okay. So here we can use the if and OR. Now it is asking the logical one, logical two, and so on. So this logical one and logical two are basically your logical condition. So my first logical condition is that if this amount is greater or equals to 25,000, comma, second logical condition. So second condition is what? Product. If this product is gold. If any of these condition which you have given within this, or if any of these condition will match, so what you want to do? You want to give the 10% discount. And if any of these condition is not matching, then same amount. That's it. Press the enter and you will get the same result which you have achieved by the nested if. You can see. Okay. So this OR function also will help you in this kind of a scenario. So on the basis of the multiple condition, if you have a same desired output, so either you can use the nested if or you can use the OR function. Okay. But if I change the condition in such a way that now you will give the 10% discount to only those customers who has purchased the gold and paid more than the 25,000 amount. Both the conditions should match. Okay, if the person is purchasing the gold and paying the amount greater or equals to 25,000, then that person will get the 10% discount. Otherwise, if any single condition is not matching, person will not get the discount. So in this case, when if you think that all my conditions should get matched, then I just need to give the 10% discount in this case. So here in place of the or, you have to use the and function. Okay, and I said first condition is greater or equals to 25,000 and second is gold. If the both conditions are matching, then we need to give the 10% discount. Otherwise, we need to capture the same amount. So in this case, so any of the method you can use, Gunwant. Okay, in this case. So now in this case, if I say the amount also should be greater or equals to 25,000 and product also should be the gold, then I need to give the 10% discount. Otherwise, same amount. So can anyone tell that in this case, what will happen if I will press the enter? It will give the discount or it will not give the discount? It will not give the discount. Okay, although your product is matching as a gold, but amount is not matching. Amount is not greater or equals to 25,000. So if I press the enter, you can see the same amount it is capturing. If you drag this, so you will be able to see that it is giving the 10% discount on those places only where your product is gold and amount is greater or equals to 25,000. You can see the discount, right? Here you can see the cost you have paid 64,000, 81,000 and 1 lakh also, but it is not giving any discount because the product is not gold, right? So in this way, when you want to make all your conditions mandatory, so in that case, you have to use the AND function. Is it clear, everyone? Anyone has any doubt in this?
I'm still not clear with the F column. Like first one, nested if one.
Which column?
First, nested if.
What is the issue you have? Tell me.
Um, this thing.
Hmm.
Can you please explain it again?
Here you are just checking your first condition, amount. If the amount is greater or equals to 25,000, then you have to give the 10% discount. If amount is not greater or equals to 25,000, then you are checking your second condition that it might be that person had purchased the gold. So I'm just checking the second condition that if the amount is gold, then I need to give the 10% discount. Otherwise, I need to capture the same amount.
Okay, we have to put two closing brackets over here.
Yes.
Acha, that's why my answer was not coming.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Now you can just perform this or and and. I'm just pasting the formula in the bottom. Here I'm just pasting. This is for the or, and here I'm just pasting for the and also. So just try this formula at your end and do let me know if you are getting the same result or any challenges. Do let me know once this is completed, and also pasting for the nested if also here. Just try this everyone and do let me know once this is done.
हाँ तो नहीं आ रहा है सर, ग्रेटर देन का भी नहीं आ रहा है, इफ कॉलम देने जाओ तो वो भी नहीं हो रहा है सर।
नहीं, ग्रेटर देन का साइन आपको शिफ्ट के साथ यूज करना पड़ेगा ना।
हाँ वो मैं कर रही हूँ सर, लेकिन नहीं हो रहा है। एक्चुअली लास्ट टाइम भी पता नहीं, हो ही नहीं रहा था।
So that is something the laptop feature might be. I'm not pretty sure about it then.
अच्छा।
Because ये तो लैपटॉप की फीचर है, ग्रेटर देन
हाँ
साइन।
सर। हाँ वो शिफ्ट यूज करके हम लोगों को यूज करना पड़ता है, लेकिन आ ही नहीं रहा
करेक्ट।
है।
So then you have to check it. It might be some keyboard related issue or something.
अच्छा ठीक है सर, मैं देख
Yeah.
लूंगी।
जी, thank you.
थैंक यू।
So others has completed this one.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Now, this is the assignment for you guys, which you guys have to complete it offline. Here you have the name and
Teaching.
some. You have the
Anup sir,
name. Yeah,
sir, can you please go on the third tab, if tab? No, the previous one, yes. In column G, how you give these remarks?
this one.
Yeah. Okay, it's a greater. If it's greater than 25,000, then discount, and if not,
Then no
okay,
discount. Okay, yeah.
got it, got it.
Okay, great. Now, here what you have to do in this C column, you have to print the grade A or the B on the basis of this condition, that if any marks is greater or equals to 50%, then print the A grade, otherwise B grade. Okay. Now, here I have told you about the nested if function, that if you have the multiple conditions and on the basis of multiple condition, if you have to capture the same desired output, then either you can use the nested if function or you can use the or function also. But what will happen in that case where you have the multiple conditions and on each and every condition you have a different desired output? For example, this is the data set I have given to you, where you have a name, salary, and some month sales. Okay. Now, company provide the incentive to their employee, and company has this slab that if any sales amount is existing between 1,000 to 25,000, that employee will get the 10% bonus. If amount is existing greater than 25,000 and less or equals to 39,500, employee will get the 20% bonus. And greater than 39,500 on any of the amount, employee will get the 30% bonus. So you can see on you have these multiple conditions and you have the different desired output. Okay, so like here you can use the nested if function. So when you have the multiple conditions and on the basis of multiple conditions, if you have a different desired output, then only nested if function is going to help you. So here in this case what we have to do is, for example, for the first record if I talk about, so the Bonnie Potter has done the sales of 18,423. So according to the sales figure, this employee is entitled for which percentage? 10%. So if I calculate the 10% of the sales that person has done, this is the 10% of that. So this person will get the fixed salary plus this 10% of the sales amount. Yani it means this person needs to get this amount. Correct. So this is something we are going to calculate by using the nested if function. So how you will go for this? Let me show you. So I said if and that if this amount is greater or equals to 1000 and less or equals to 25,000. If the amount is existing in this range, then what person will get? Person will get the total salary, the fixed salary plus 10% of sales figure. Yes or no? Clear? Comma. If the amount is not existing in this range, then check the second condition. If and that if this amount is greater than 25,000 but less or equals to 39,500. If amount is existing in this range, then person will get the salary plus percent will get the 20% of the sales. Okay, this one. Now it says value if false. Value if false is what? That if the second condition is not matching, then go for the last condition, that if this amount is greater than 39,500. So above this amount, the person will get the salary plus the 30% of the sales. Okay. So you have given all the conditions that if the amount is existing between the 1,000 to 25,000, 25,000 to 39,500 and greater than 39,500. So in this value if false, it is asking to you what you will do if the person has done the sales less than 1,000. So for the less than 1,000, we will not give any kind of a bonus, right? We will not give any kind of a bonus. In that case, the person will get the salary only. Now close these brackets and enter. You are getting the same result or not, which you have calculated manually in G column, right? If you drag this, you can see the output. For this row number 3, you can see this Ronnie Proctor has done the sales of this 500. So this person is not getting any bonus. The same salary figure is coming in this D column. Understood this concept? Because this is one of the most important concepts. And the same question has asked this several times into the interview as well.
So the condition is not matching. That's why the same salary is.
Same salary, correct? Because condition is not matching means less than the 1,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this one. So just try this, everyone. I'm just pasting this formula in the chat window also. This one or here. Just try this formula and see you are getting the same result. So this is the assignment for you guys, that you have this data set and I have given you these 3 conditions. On the basis of these 3 conditions, you have to give the 10% discount. You have to use the nested if for this F column, if and or for this G column, and if and for this H column. Okay. Second, I have given you the scores over here, and these are the criteria. So you have to print the eligible or the not eligible in the remarks column on the basis of these 2 conditions. That if a student has the graduation score greater or equals to 50% and post-graduation score is greater or equals to 55%, then eligible, else not eligible. Okay. Second assignment you have, this is the data, and similarly the same assignment I have given you, that you have to calculate the final amount, and the same criteria I have given by using the nested if, which I have just covered this now. The same logic you have to implement. Okay. Then here, this is the data set I have given to you. And now in this column E, you have to print these remarks. Okay, this one. If any sales is less than 50, then poor. If sales is greater or equals to 50, less than 100, okay, then good, then excellent. So this is something you have to perform it. Okay, so I want everyone to complete this assignment just now. This one. Just complete this one, and here just put your logic. I have given you the multiple conditions and you have a different desired output, because this is one of the interview question actually. So everyone just try this. Take some time, no rush, but just try to complete it and do let me know. If you are not able to do this, I will just solve this. I will show this to you then. Just solve this question and do let me know. Question is clear to everyone, right? Before go for the solving, the question must be clear to you. Then only you will be able to solve it. Okay, great. Now solve this question, please, everyone.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so no worries. I'm just solving this. Just
Okay.
match where you have mistake. Okay.
Okay.
So I said this. If this amount is less than 50,
Yeah.
okay, then we need to print the poor.
Okay.
Okay, comma. If this is not 50, then second condition. If this amount is greater or equals to 50 and less than 100. So in this case, we have to print a okay,
Okay.
comma. The next condition,
No,
if,
actually, Anup, I have missed that if condition for a second.
so that's
Yeah.
why.
Okay.
Okay. The if third condition is if this amount is greater or equals to 100, but this amount is less or equals to 150. So for this case, we need to print as a good. Correct?
Yeah.
Here, and is missing. Okay. So now, then we have to print as a good. And apart from the 150, greater than 150, what we have to print? Excellent.
Excellent.
So just write this excellent in the last. Close these brackets and enter. Drag this formula and see. This is the formula you have to implement. I'm pasting this formula in the chat window for your reference as well. Is it clear, everyone? Just try this if you have not done and just confirm me. So I'll move further. If you hover the cursor, can you see this plus sign?
Yes.
And double click on this.
Okay.
Link concept. Okay. So in the Excel, probably you have seen these kind of errors that hash, NA, div, name, ref, value, these kind of errors. Okay. So here, this hash NA represent that data not found. Okay. And these kind of error you will see into the VLOOKUP concept. This div error is basically that if any number is divided by the 0, for example, if I say 1 divided by 0, so you will see the div error. So if any number gets divided by the 0, so in that case you will see the div error. Name error comes when your syntax is wrong or your syntax is incomplete. For example, suppose if I'm writing the CoachX here. So we do not have any function with the CoachX in the Excel, right? So you will see the hashed name error. Or suppose I was writing the if function and I have pressed the enter key default, okay, by mistake. So it will also show you the hash name error as my syntax is incomplete. Ref function will go for when you have deleted any reference, okay. For example, you have a two cell, okay. Color only I'm just mentioning to show you only. The color is not related to this one, okay. Now suppose this yellow cell color, I am connecting with this blue cell color, okay, that F14. It means whatever I will write on this blue color cell on this F14, that will be printed automatically on this D12. So for example, if I printed hello here, you can see hello is coming. If I am printing any number, that number will come. If I will print anything over here, that will be print directly like this. Okay, so now this yellow cell is completely depend on this blue cell. If I delete this blue cell from here, this row, if I will delete it, so here you will get the reference error. So this reference error basically will generate then if in any of the formula, if you have taken the reference of any other cell and you have deleted or someone has deleted that reference row, so in that case you will see this reference error. Value error will generate when the data type will be mismatched. For example, you are making the sum of two formula generated output. Okay, one function is generating the output as a tally, which is the text. Second is generating as a number. And now you are trying to make the sum of that. So in that case, you will see the value error. Or you are trying to multiply them, you will see the value error. So when there will be the data type mismatch, so in that case, you will see the value error. So if you want to perform this error handling concept, then here we have these three exception handling functions, isErr, isNA, and isError, which you can use it. And this function only will give you the result as a true or the false. Okay. So always this function used with the if function only. So like here, if I check with this isErr that this hash NA is an error or not, so it will say the false, but for the other it will say the true. It means this isError function is not capable to read the hash NA error. So it means this isError function will not work for the hash NA error, it will work for the rest of the errors. And isNA is a vice versa. So isNA or the isNA, okay. So this function will read only the hash NA error. It will not read the rest of the errors. You can see. But isError function will read all kind of error. It will show the true for all the errors. So these functions are giving you the output either the true or the false. Okay. How this will be used? Let me show this to you. For example, in this A column, I have given you the some sales figure. In the B column, I have given you the divided figure, and on the some places the divided figures are missing. In the C column, I am asking to you that you have to go for the divide. Sales is divided by the divide figure. Okay. So what you will do in this case? Sales is divided by the divide figure. And once you drag this downside, so you can see it is giving you the output, but you can see that div error on those places where the divided number is missing. Okay, so what my requirement is, I do not want to show the div error where my divided number is missing. I want to show as a print as a divided number is missing. So what I can do is I can use the if function, and I can use the is error or the is error, because both functions are going to read the hash and both function are going to read the div error. So if I say when you divide the sales by the divided number, and if any error get generate, so I want to print as a divided number missing. Otherwise, divide the sales by this divide number. So if you see, if I scroll it down, so look, this is the output. So it will print divided number missing on those places where the divided number is not given. The same thing we can achieve by the if error function. So in the Excel, we have a if error function, and people majorly use this function. So here you have a two parameter value and value if error. In the value, we write when there is no error, and in value if error, we write that part when error gets generated. So here we will use the if error, and it says value. Value means if there is no error, then what you want to perform. So I said if there is no error, then I want to divide the sales number by the divided number. Comma, it says if the error will get generated, then I say I want to print as a divided number missing, or whatever you want. Okay, if I drag it, look, it is giving the same output or not, right?
Can you please explain it again?
So here what I did, I simply said that if there is no error, then I want to divide my sales number with a divide number, which is A2 divided by B2. But if there will be any error, then I want to print as a divided number missing. So it will print the divided number missing on those places where the divided number is not given.
Anup, can you repeat the column D output once?
So in this column D, what will happen when you will just check with this is error? Okay, just print this one. So when you will just perform this is error function over here, okay, this. So if I drag this, so now you can see what it is printing now for the first record. Because when you divide the A2 divided by the B2, so it will give you the 500 or not, right?
Yes.
Okay, but 500 is an error or not? 500 is
No.
not error, na? So what will happen